Welcome back to the channel. It's Nixade, and I have some breaking news for you. Dragon Ball is back. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where did it even go? Don't we still have the manga? And yes, we do still have the manga. However, the anime ended back in 2018, and besides the movies, that is Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and Dragon Ball Super Broly, wow, we haven't had anything since then, right? But we do have stuff now. Or at least we will in the next year. So, a few days ago, the New York City Comic Con, a few members of the Funimation cast, that was Monica Riel and Ian Sinclair, were joined by Akio Yoku. He was a former editor over at the Shueisha, and he currently is now running the Capsule Corporation Tokyo business. If you want to know more about the situation, why he went from Shueisha to basically his own thing, go over to Geek to 101's channel. He has them on there. Probably just scroll down, a couple videos passing there. It probably even will mention like Akio Yoku or something like that. Watch it and get all the information on there. He's got more details about it. I just wanted to let y'all know, right? So those three were at a panel, and at the end of the panel, they actually unveiled the trailer for the upcoming series that is Dragon Ball Daima. This new series comes as a special to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball. Right, so back in 1984, Dragon Ball was first released to the public. That was the manga. The anime came in 86, but the series released back in 1984. Next year will be 2024, 40 years of Dragon Ball. It's incredible, right? The entire script and the story are being completely written by Toriyama. So unlike Broly and unlike Superhero, where Toriyama pretty much just wrote the general story of it, and then everyone involved with the scripting process and everyone involved with the condensing this massive story into a movie script story, Toriyama was kind of more hands-off once you got to that part, but writing the general story of what Broly and Superhero was, that was all Toriyama. However, with Daima, he's all in. He's not only just writing the story for it, but he's also overseeing the script. So when they write a section of the script, they're like, what about this, Toriyama Sensei? He's like, yeah, no, or yes, whatever. And he'll make the changes. This is a big thing, because this is the most involvement Toriyama has been regarding Dragon Ball content of this new era, period. Even more than anything Super related. Because with Super, Toriyama just wrote the rough draft / manuscripts and then took those and handed them to Toritaro and Toei and said, hey, here you go. This is what I'm wanting for each arc. You guys can fill it in how you want. That's why we get such differences in ways of the stories and the arcs playing out between the anime and the manga, because Toriyama just said, here's this, and it's up to you. Go ahead and fill it in, right? So with Daima, he's very, very much more involved with it. So if you want to argue what's canon, is it canon, how is it canon, it's basically the most canon thing since either Broly or even Superhero, right? Because the most canon thing about Super is the manuscripts that Toriyama gave to Toei and Toritaro. So unless we ever see those, we don't even know. Just the rough bullet points are basically the only real canon parts of Super, because he only gave them rough bullet points to fill in. So Daima is like truly fucking canon if you really want to make this case for it, because he's writing everything for it involving not just the story, but also the scripting side of it. Like this is a big deal, right? So if you really want to argue on the canon's sake, Daima is just as much canon, well, as hell, Toriyama's original Dragon Ball and original Dragon Ball manga. Like, it really is. This is literally the most involvement he's had in a long time. This is such a big deal. I know that was kind of tame the way I said that, but it really is a massive, massive big deal. So now, if you're worried that you may not get to see the trailer, or because you weren't at the panel and you wanted this, hey, don't worry. I have the video for you right here, right now, and that's what we're going to watch. And then I'm going to fill everything in afterwards. I want you all to enjoy this and listen to me ramble on afterwards for a few minutes, and then we'll call it a day. So sit back, relax, enjoy the trailer, and any questions you may or may not have, hold off until at least maybe the end of this video, because I may actually answer them. Who knows, right? So, hey, this is the official high-definition trailer to Dragon Ball Daima. Enjoy. Sorry about that. Clicked on it a little too soon. But yes, as you can see, fall 2024 is when we get in the series. Now, are y'all as hyped up for it as I am? This trailer has me hyped for a multitude of different reasons. But for one, we are getting the Demon Realm for the first time in the series from Toriyama's point of view. The only other time we got any kind of reference for the Demon Realm was back in the Buu Saga, and that was regarding Deborah. Now, don't get it twisted. Hell and the Demon Realm are two completely different realms in Dragon Ball. They are two separate places. They're not the same, and we've truly never gotten anything with the Demon Realm except for some filler stuff back in original Dragon Ball. Second thing that I'm most excited for with this series for the trailer, they brought back 2D animation. Look, I really enjoyed the superhero movie. I thought it came out really well. I was glad to see it, but I'm so glad they brought back 2D animation, and it looks beautiful. Also, I'm sure a lot of you are going to say this, but in the comment sections, and I've seen it all over the place, the art style looks a lot like the Broly movie, right? Well, you'd be pretty much on point for that, because Shintani, who was the main guy in charge of the Broly movie with character design and animation, well, he's on the anime staff for this new series. So we're going to have a lot of that art style back. And he's not the only one. There's a bunch of other bigwigs that are doing on this, that are working on it. And this series is going to be really well animated. Don't worry, we're not going to have the issues of Super. They've been planning this stuff out. They already have 11 episodes already animated, just raring to go. They're really putting in the time and effort for this series. So don't worry about ugly animated episodes, blocky looking episodes, some goofy looking episodes. Over there, they are trying to make sure that this series stays as consistently animated with every episode as they can get. Well, you probably notice a couple things here and there that change, maybe with certain individuals. I've also heard that the style from when they're adults to when they end up becoming kids again, that is obviously going to show like a change, but that's on purpose. That's not because they have bad animators. They're doing that on purpose. But consistently, both with any shots of the kids and any shots of the adults, and et cetera, they're wanting it all to be consistently animated across the board. And if it looks like the trailer did the whole way through, I'll be just super excited for that, because I love 2D animation, and this looked beautiful. 3, it's bringing back Kid Goku. I am a big Kid Goku fanboy. Yes, Goku is my favorite, but my favorite iteration of Goku has always been Kid Goku. I love Kid Goku. I love the era of Dragon Ball. It's my preferred version of this. It's my preferred part of the series. I love everything about this series, but when it comes to if someone's like, hey, what's your favorite part of Dragon Ball? It's classic Dragon Ball, Kid Goku, from the Pilaf arc to the 23rd tournament arc. My favorite section of Dragon Ball is with Kid Goku. And if God willing, or whoever willing, whatever you want to pray to, whatever you want to believe in, I don't even care. But magical abilities willing, hopefully we can hear Stephanie Nadolny redo her voice for Kid Goku, but I don't see that happening. But I would love it. I would absolutely love it if Stephanie Nadolny came back and played Kid Goku for this series. I'd be overly ecstatic for that. Now, fourth thing that the series does that I'm super looking forward to is that it's bringing back hand-to-hand combat. It's the focus of Dragonball Daima, is hand-to-hand combat and techniques and skills learned through martial arts instead of transformations and my muscles are bigger so I will hit you really hard. I know a lot of you believe that's what Dragon Ball is, but it's not. Okay, the core of what this series originally started with, this series has always been a mystical journey with martial arts mixed in and sprinkled with comedy. It's always been that. It's never been a story that's just big muscles, big punchy, bang bang pow pow, big transformation. It's never been about that. Okay. But hey, if you like that about the series, if you love the transformations, if you love the big explosions, all power to you. There's nothing wrong with loving an aspect about the series, but if that's all that you love about the series and you don't love anything else, or you don't even think the series is about anything else other than the transformations and the explosions, well, then I hate to break it to you, you're not really a hardcore fan, because a hardcore fan knows the difference in what the series is about and what it has in it. This series has always been about a mystical adventure with martial arts and comedy mixed in with it. It's never just been about transformations and explosions. Yes, the Z portion is a lot more serious in tones compared to Dragon Ball. There was a lot more gag related content in Dragon Ball as compared to Dragon Ball Z. However, all throughout Z, there's gag all throughout it. I mean, you got King Kai and Snake Way and all of that. That's gag related. With Frieza in them, you have the fact that you have the Ginyu Force. Literally, that's just Super Sentai. I mean, come on. Gag related there. The fact that Goku bites Frieza mid fight. You're trying to tell me that's not gag related? Throughout the entirety of the Cell saga, the fact that the androids don't even attempt to fly to go deal with Goku. They're just like, nah, man, we're going to drive and do whatever the hell we want to do before we deal with Goku. That's gag right there. Whether it was super funny or not, that's the gag part of it. They were silly and goofy, and they didn't take it seriously. Like, we'll get to it when we get to it. I ain't in any big rush. And then with Boo, well, we all knew the comedy, the aspect, that ramped back up. There's always been comedy. There's always been this journey behind it. Z just took it a little more serious, I guess, over the way Dragon Ball did it. But this story has always been mystical adventure with martial arts and comedy mixed all in together. And I'm so glad that the series is kind of going back to it. This is what the series is about, and I am so down for it. And the fifth thing that I'm looking forward to with this series is the fact that Toriyama is exceedingly passionate about it. We heard from that with Kyoyoku during the panel. Toriyama is actually really excited for this. Like, this is something he wants to do. He put in the time and the effort and all of that to make it something that he's really proud of. This wasn't just a here you go thing. Like, no, he's all in for this, and I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that he truly feels passionate about Dragon Ball in any context, since his days writing it back in the 80s and the 90s. And if you're kind of curious what really that means from a writing perspective, it just means he's going to put real effort and real thought towards the writing. When you love something you're writing, you're going to put more passion behind it. You're going to put more thought behind it. You're going to put more eyes on it to really make sure you're putting out a good product. Love or hate Super, you can tell that it wasn't written with a lot of love behind it. It was written as a, here's this series. We know you guys want a series. Here you go. But if you were to take Dragon Ball and then Super and really look at the comparison behind them, yeah, Dragon Ball as an entire series has way more passion behind it than Super ever did. And you can just see it. So I'm glad to see that Toriyama's back to truly being excited about this. Like, it's kind of like his new baby right now to work on. And Kyoyoku is super excited. Everybody over in Japan seems to be super excited about this from what he was saying at the panel. We, as Dragon Ball fans, should be excited about this and not judging it solely because oh no, they got turned into kids. And again, I'm sure y'all are pretty mad about that. And sure, probably wouldn't have been my first opinion to make them kids again. I probably would have made them all like teenagers if that's when they go. Because the narrative of the story, from what I've been heard, is that the demon or the individuals involved for making them children knew that making them children would cap the power level that Goku and Vegeta could deal with, thus making them easier to combat with. Because let's face it, Vegeta and Goku are so strong now, Piccolo is even stronger, even Gohan's even stronger, so capping like basically everyone back down to where their body can't handle that type of power is a pretty ingenious thing from a villain's perspective. Now, how it plays out, I don't know. But the fact that Goku and Vegeta will have to rely on the martial arts of their training instead of just transforming, I think is a fantastic idea. I am super excited to see just straight backs to hand combat. Y'all have no idea how excited I am for that. Now, I know some of you are claiming that this is just GT 2.0, and you'd be wrong. You're wrong. If you're claiming that Daima is just GT 2.0, you're wrong. The only thing that Daima and GT have in common is that Goku was turned into a kid again. That's it. However, with Daima's narrative, like I said just a few seconds ago, about why Goku's turned into a kid versus why GT turned him into a kid, they're completely different. GT literally turned him into a kid again just to redo the Pilaf arc. Hell, it's Pilaf's fault that he's even turned into a child. Hell, we have the Black Star Dragon Balls that don't actually make any sense of how they exist to begin with, and even if you want to say, well, Demon King Piccolo made them in his time after he learned about the Dragon Balls, and then Kami got them and hid them. Why would Demon King Piccolo make Dragon Balls that, if used, scatter across the universe, and then if they're not brought back to the planet they're used on, the planet will explode? Why would Demon King Piccolo ever do that? Period. See, that makes no sense, especially if they fell into someone's hands that he didn't even know. Like, imagine a random person like Pilaf getting the wish, or finding the Black Star Dragon Balls, getting the wish. They scatter across the universe, and then a year later, Demon King Piccolo's like, yeah, it's Demon King Piccolo Day. Why is the planet exploding? What the hell's going on? See, it makes narratively no sense. Goku was turned into a kid by accident. The Dragon Balls make no sense in that damn series. It's a really dumb thought. Goku turning into a kid, I can live with. The plot, the reason why, it was dumb. And if you really don't think that the Black Star Dragon Ball arc is just the Pilaf arc, just like thrown into space with it, just go watch it again. Go watch it again and tell me that's just not the Pilaf arc. Goku, Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, and you can put Puar there, searching for the Dragon Balls to gather the Dragon Balls on a mystical journey. What are they doing in GT? Going off on a journey with Goku and Pan and Giru and Trunks to gather the Dragon. It's the same fucking arc. It's the same arc, and it was dumb. Goku being turned into a kid again really wasn't dumb, because you can write a good narrative reason behind it. The reason how it came to be was dumb. Okay, it's dumb. Okay, sorry about that. It's just the same. It was just dumb. But I digress. This series, I really hope you guys end up liking it, okay? Because this series to me has a lot of great promise, and it has solid intrigue for finally covering that one topic that Toriyama introduced a long time ago that we've never really gotten anything about. And I think that Dragon Ball Daima will bring some fresh air to the series that it really needed. Okay, love or hate Super, like I said, it needed a breath of fresh air, and Daima is going to bring that fresh air. Now, I can't wait till we get more information about the series, and I'll gladly talk about it on this channel, since it's the first time we're really doing anything on this channel regarding this type of information. Normally, it's just been video games on this channel since, but I really wanted to cover this, and I really wanted to talk about this, because you only ever hear or see me talk about Dragon Ball on my friend's channel, SSB Ace. I'm on there way more often talking about it with him, but I wanted to talk about it on my channel, and Daima was a great way for me to do it. So I am really looking forward to getting more information about that. I will gladly cover more information about the series as it comes. Speaking of that, if you want more details about the staff involved behind it and all the minor storytelling issues of like on the company side, you know, the business aspect stuff on it, I will leak Geekdom's channel, Geekdom's video for it in the description below. He did it like a day or two ago, and he was talking about all the things that another big YouTuber for Dragon Ball who understands that side of things, Anime AJ, wrote down about it. So check it out. It covers a lot more of the like minor stuff, you know, staff, animation, all that stuff. I'll link it in there for you guys. I don't have all of that, but I will gladly watch more of his videos to find out more stuff and bring it to you. Since I have a smaller group, maybe you don't get a hold of his videos as often, so maybe being smaller might help you find this information smaller. I don't know. Who knows? You know, I'm just a small channel, but hey, I watch Geekdom stuff to really see where it's going, and then I'll feed it to you guys, just like I said, just in case. Sometimes bigger channels like his, they get missed by some people because it's just so heavily trafficked. The smaller guys, you may find it randomly. Who knows, right? So, are you excited about the series? Because I am. Okay, I'm very excited, but Are you excited, or are you mad? Are you in the middle, or are you waiting for more information to come out about the series, you know, before you really decide how you're going to feel towards it? Whichever way it is, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video. This went way longer than I expected it to, and I still have to find a way of editing it, if I even edit it at all. Maybe just a little bit, if anything. But till next time, everybody, I've been Nick Sade. See ya.